This is your frequency 24.5 the radio that informs. Hello, how are you today? Good morning. Today we are here from the radio that communicate with you, that inform you, that it's always with you. Radio Tune speak to you, Cristina Peña, and today we are broadcasting from the beautiful city of Cali. Today we are joined by two special guests, Tillar Camila Sampaio and Natalia Piñeres, who will tell us a little about the structure of the health system in countries like Spain, Saudi Arabia, and Mali. But all this after a commercial break.
Here's to choice, to making your voice be heard, to getting exactly what you want, especially when you eat. At Subway restaurants, you choose your freshly baked bread, meats, cheese, and veggies to make a sub that's just right for you. Come in and create yours today. Subway, eat fresh.
As I was saying, today we are going to talk about the health system of various countries, from the most developed to the least developed. But first, I want you to know that health is a right that all people have. The objective of this system is to improve the quality and care of people. In addition to this system, dividing a public and private health system. And I also want to show you an example of how this works. Let's start by looking at an example. This is Roberto, and today he has a medical appointment at the hospital. Upon entering the hospital, he announced himself at the reception, where he confirms that he has an appointment scheduled and they share him a copy for the care. Meanwhile, in the office, the doctor sees in the system that Roberto is already in the waiting room and takes the opportunity to review his history and past care. When it's time for the appointment, he follows him to the office where he questions him, examines him, and records all the new data in the charts. After the consultation, the doctor directs Roberto to different areas so that he requests a follow-up appointment in 3 months. Performs some tests in the laboratory, claims some medication and the pharmacy, and finally fill out a satisfaction survey regarding the service. And this is how the health information system is developed step by step using data such as admission, registration, billing, clinical history, pharmacy, scheduling, laboratory, among others. It will be that all countries have the same order of information. Well, now, okay. Welcome, girls. How are you? I would like to know a little about the coverage, cost, and accessibility. We will start in the country of Spain. Can you give me a brief summary about the structure of this developed country? Go ahead.
Hello, Cristina. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. I'm talking about the healthcare system of Spain. This is a healthcare system of high quality that it guarantees free healthcare for all residents of Spain. For just a small percentage, it is funded by all the social security payments. So most Spanish citizens don't really need a private insurance, but it exists. But most of them, like around 90%, use this system, so it is called the National Healthcare System. It exists private institutions that offer this kind of special services, but it is a small percentage of Spanish people who use or who have private insurance. The public healthcare system of Spain is free and available to anyone living or working in Spain. Obviously, people who contribute to the social security payments. These payments that fund the national healthcare system of Spain. On the other hand, people who are not eligible to be on this public system, they have to pay a private insurance that it costs around 50 to 200 euros a month. And this public healthcare system is very decentralized, so you can find health centers in every part of Spain with teams with doctors that specialize in different medical areas.
Now, I would like to know a little about the coverage, cost, and accessibility of the country of Saudi Arabia, a country that is developing little by little. Go ahead, Natalia. We want to hear from you.
Sanitary condition in this country, I think that good. In this country has mother center and hospital. In this mother hospital, you can find all kinds of medication. The health system is absolutely provided for foreign citizens. The recommendation is made to the population not to enter the country without valid medical insurance and with an agreement with hospital located in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In fact, medical service does not attend to system is only for the local population, and the private system is very good in general but very expensive. So it is recommended for us all. For people to have medical insurance, personally, I think that people who are going to visit, when they visit the country, should leave immediately or not last long. I think has appropriate medical insurance because they care as foreigners will be difficult and very expensive. In general, these people think, oh, the hospital care by a specialist is good, but they have no time, they have a little bit, and think the people in this country is more important for the people in their.
Excellent! I hope you continue to contribute to the health issue and continue to benefit more people who need better conditions and medical attention. Okay, let's continue commenting a little about services in general, such as hospital or public and private health centers, workers, healthcare administrator, and government plans. Go ahead.
In the case of doctors, they work either on public health or in private institutions. So when you go to the doctor, you have to specify what you need. Also, health centers have a variety of doctors in different disciplines like pediatricians, physiotherapists, nurses, etc. The thing is that if you have to be seen by a specific doctor, by a specific specialist in public health, you have to wait for a long time. So in this part, private insurance, private health is faster. Only public hospitals provide free treatment, but some of them provide both services, public health and private insurances. But you have to specify again, as I said before, you have to specify what you need, and you also have to show proof, your social security card, or you have to show your private insurance. If you are not eligible to public health, you have to buy or you have to acquire private insurance, or you have to pay all the cost of the medical services.
The Saudi Arabia government has given his priority to development of health service at a level primary, secondary, and tertiary. In accordance with the Saudi constitution, the government provides citizens and expatriates working within the public sector with full and free access to all public health service. The health of the population has improved considerably in recent decades. However, a number of issues still pose challenge to the health system, such as the shortage of Saudi health professionals, limited financial resources, or changing disease pattern, high demand as a result of free service, absence of a national policy of disease management, poor availability, and so to some health centers, there is a national health information system, among others, that is improved for the Ministry Health. Currently, the Ministry of Health (MOH) is the main provider and founder of health service in the country, and is committed to the provisions health care at the level, the promotion of general health, and the prevention of disease. In addition to developing the laws and legislation that regulate that the government and private sector. In addition to this, the NOH is responsible for monitoring performance in health institutions, along with research activities. I think the fundamental public health problems facing the country are communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases, and health promotion or strengthening of health system, prevention, surveillance, and response. Among the main achievements of the MOE, we can mention improvement of health, indicators in the areas of immunism, maternal and child health, reduction in mortality.
We continue with the recipients, a brief summary about the benefits populations such as nationals, children, youth, adults, middle ages, elderly.
Well, in the case of how is people treated or how is the healthcare for different people, I think that is in Spain, the general rule, are like the requirements that you have to be a resident, people working in Spain, or a pensioner, and I think that that's the general rule that you are part of these people and that you pay, that you contribute, that you give your part to the social security payments. That's the requirement that you have to do to be part of the free healthcare system of Spain. In the case of foreigners, like people who go to Spain for a really short time, there are countries that have agreements with Spain. So if in case of emergencies, they can go to hospitals and they have access to free healthcare. In the case of of children, they have a free healthcare coverage because of their parents or guardians' health insurance. And they also have access to odontology and a pediatrician until they are 15 years old. And in special cases like emergencies, under Spanish law, people can go to their nearest casual department or what they call urgencias or urgencies, and any organization or institution is required to
Economic
attend.
liberation and privatization of various sectors of the economy. But a wise decision for the private sector to be the next driver and a sustainable economic route. However, a several challenge persists at the local level, mainly the coordination between the sequencing and spell transition and the reform. In the international sector of its economy and this up and down of the global economy. And the person think this story start on the 9,089 euro. And in this era after the doom of oil.
Well, that was all for today on your Radio Doom. I leave you with an important video so you can learn a little about Mali, a country that is not developed and doesn't have many benefits in its health system, or more well, it doesn't have anything. See you next time. Bye bye.
Mali, understanding the humanitarian crisis. Headlines about Mali often focus on conflict and security concerns. But these stories obscure the reality for people living through a 6-year-long crisis. With 130,000 refugees already in neighboring countries, more than 1 million people inside Mali are now in urgent need of health assistance. Why? The conflict is splintering. Numerous armed groups, the Malian army, and criminal gangs are all present, as well as an increasing number of foreign troops. In many areas, health workers have fled or are unable to go to work, and health facilities are abandoned. Children go unvaccinated, and common illnesses like malaria and diarrhea can prove fatal. Why? People cannot move freely. Families contend with conflict and criminality on the roads as they seek medical care and food. NGOs face similar challenges, risking robberies of aid and attacks on staff. In isolated communities, malnutrition is at critical levels, with over 15% of children acutely malnourished, while women give birth far from medical help. Why? People don't know who to trust. Military actors occasionally deliver aid in order to gain the trust of the community. Imagine if aid was delivered to you by a mixture of military and humanitarian groups. How would you know who to trust? The need for humanitarian aid in Mali is increasingly urgent. It's not the headlines, it's the people that matter. Find out how MSF is helping.